welcome back to Packers Playbook. I'm Dusty Evely. With me, as always, is 97.3 is the game's John Kuhn. Let's say happy Halloween, as it is Halloween when we're recording this, and also because, dude, we got some weirdness we're going to look at. So this seems fitting that we're doing this on Halloween. John, how are you, man?
Man, I'm doing good. I'm doing the best that I can, and you got to try and have some fun things when you're breaking this stuff down. And you did mention it's Halloween, and what you're about to watch here is a lot more tricks than treats, I would say, as Packers offense struggled quite a bit on third down in this football game. And, it was Matt LaFleur at halftime who talked to us and said, man, this game's going to boil down to third down and penalties. Packers were not great in either of those categories. 11 penalties, 99 yards, 5 for 14 on third down. So we're going to focus on some third downs in this game, primarily the first third downs that ended up taking place on the first drive have that. So 0 for 3 on all of them, but let's take a look and see what happened.
Yeah, this one's particularly fun because you say it's 3 third downs. It is technically goes on the book as one play because these first two do not happen due to penalties. So it's 3 third downs, all one play. Let's watch this. First third down of the game, 14:01 on the clock, 3rd and 1. It's going to be at the top. It's going to say a gain of 20 because Love's going to get out of this, make a really nice throw over the top to Dobbs. Dobbs is going to come down with it 2 feet in bounds. However, John, an eligible man downfield. To me, this looks like, and we will get into this looks like an RPO that it looks like Jones, I would guess in the 3 would be my assumption, and not get the memo of. So Love fires up the throw, is not there, and then he just has to kind of make something happen for a little bit. John, what do you got on this one, man?
Yeah, Dusty, if you can rewind a little bit, you'll kind of catch a feel of what's going on here. A.J. Dillon just rushed for about 8 yards, 7 yards to set up this 3rd and 1. And the Packers, instead of huddling up, they hurry up the same exact group to the line. They want to keep Minnesota from subbing in their defense. They want to get them in the most basic scheme that they can have in a hurry-up situation. So they run their entire unit back up to the line of scrimmage. And if you look at Aaron Jones, he gives a little look to the sideline. He's trying to figure out exactly what's going on this play. I'm sure Aaron Jones has lined up in that spot before. I'm sure he's done this before, but I'm not quite certain he knows that the tag is on for the P version of this RPO that is an inside zone up top to A.J. Dillon with an ugly box can be thrown out to the number 3 receiver on a very quick and easy kind of 3-man screen game to get that 1 yard here on short yardage. And as you go ahead and play it, you can see Aaron Jones playing the run version of this, trying to dig out the safety.
Yeah, and you can even kind of see him as he gets up. It almost like he senses something's wrong. He kind of looks around a bit. You see him kind of like, do I get that guy? Do I get that guy? It's kind of this whole very discombobulated nature to this play for sure. And the way the Packers typically run this, that's pre-snap. So they're counting. You've got 3 to 2. You've got that guy over there. So that's favorable passing numbers. The way based on how they run this, that's exactly how they run this. You've just got Jones there, and then it all goes very poorly.
And kind of the sad part about this is, Dusty, as you can see on this copy right here, if he pitches it out to Aaron Jones, Aaron's got the angle on Harrison Smith. He probably gets the first down. But as you go to the tight copy, Dusty, go ahead and go to there. Once you get to the tight copy, you can see, had he given this ball to A.J. Dillon, he too might have gotten the first down on this right there, splitting Rasheed Walker and Elton Jenkins right there. I think it's pretty favorable that he finds himself that white line that gets him the first down here. So the R option probably should have worked. The pass option probably should have worked. But you can see and you can understand in a hurry-up scenario, if one man doesn't get the memo, this whole thing can go up in flames. And, credit Jordan Love for making a play. Credit Romeo Dobbs for making a play and gaining 20 yards. And unfortunately, because this play does have a run side to it, you can't necessarily blame Rasheed Walker for finishing his run block downfield and being called for a legal man downfield.
Yeah, that's the key in RPOs. Honestly, it's shocking. I think Walker's about the only guy down because usually you do have that big push forward. So if you don't throw that immediately, you got 3 or 4 guys downfield. I think Walker's the only guy that's downfield, really, which is kind of incredible, really. And then, it can't take that long on RPO. Kind of stinks. It's a beautiful, beautiful catch. So yeah, one guy not getting the memo. That's the theme of a couple things, I think. John, anything else in this one? You gonna hit the next one?
Well, now we got a penalty. It takes us back, and now we continue the drive with yet another third down, this time 3rd and 6 for the Green Bay Packers.
It was 3rd and 1. Now it's 3rd and 6. Like you said, an eligible man downfield. The Packers are going to benefit from a penalty this time. They get a man to jump off sides. I think 53 in the middle. The Vikings look like they're mugging up. Looks like they're dropping. They're going to end up rushing 3. Love kind of takes this page from Rodgers' playbook. Chuck says sucker deep, although they were taking deep shots all day. That was not the result of the offsides, I don't think. And overshoots Reed. I like taking the shot there when the guy's offsides. It just is a little deep. John, what do you got on this one?
I do like taking the shot on a free play. However, with it being 3rd down and 6 the way that it is, as you go and watch this wide copy, you'll see a couple men coming open underneath. You see down at the bottom, Romeo Doubs is open for an easy 1st down conversion. As you see across the middle, you got Luke Musgrave, easy conversion. And who is that at the top? Is that Dontavian Wicks up at the top?
I think that's Jones, if I'm not mistaken.
Okay, yes, that's Aaron Jones up there at the top for an easy completion. So a lot of easy completions here for 1st down, but you are basically told coming out of the womb, you get yourself a free play at the quarterback position, you go ahead and chuck it downfield. And with the pressure in Jordan Love's face, you can't blame him for pulling that trigger rather quickly. This is yet another example of things that are there, things that are available on this play for the Green Bay Packers to get a 1st down. And you can understand how the circumstance has driven the outcome in this one.
So, John, that's just something in his mind. He sees the guy jump off sides. I know instead of going through the progression, I got my one-on-one. I know I'm just going to take one of these shots as soon as that guy is off sides. Is there any thought process in the head in terms of trying to read this out, or is that all overridden by the offsides generally?
Yeah, there is. Now, a lot of times you'll see the deep pass wide because you have 3 positive outcomes. Your best outcome is your man catches it and runs in for a touchdown. Your second best outcome is your man draws a pass interference downfield. That's 40-yard gain, 50-yard gain, regardless. And then your worst outcome is they knock the ball down, they intercept the ball. It's a 5-yard penalty for you. Go back to 3rd and 1. So that's why the mindset is take a shot, take a deep play. But I have seen Aaron Rodgers and other quarterbacks in the past, when they see this shell dropping for their opponent like this, if they have time, they might go through the progression and hit one of these crossers or one of these free 1st downs here that you also see available. Unfortunately, the protection, because of the botched jump off sides there by the defense, kind of created some chaos for Jordan Love to be able to take his time and read this thing out.
Yeah, and we'll look at because they end up dropping the Flores special right here, right? You've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 guys at the line. I think they end up rushing 3, although the one that jumps off sides is kind of muddled a little bit. You got that mugging the A gap. You only got 5-man protections. You got 5 against 6. And you kind of get just that free rusher against Runyon there, who is looking at the offsides jumper. So yeah, a little muddled there. Like you said, there is guys open, but yeah, I don't hate the shot. Just is nice if something good happens. John, anything else on this one, or do you want to get to the 3rd play? That's just an absolute disaster.
Well, the good news is, Dusty, we got the lesser of the outcomes, which is still a positive outcome for the Packers, and we get a 5-yard penalty. Repeat 3rd down yet again for the first drive of the game. 3rd and 1, back on deck.
Of all the plays we looked at, this is the first one that technically counts in the book here. We've got 3rd and 1. They're going to run. I'm going to sell this short. They're going to run A.J. Dillon up the middle. It does not go well. I think it goes down for a gain of 0, maybe a loss of 1. John, we were talking beforehand, so I was kind of looking at this and trying to see, okay, what do I think is supposed to happen? And we'll get to that in a second. Your initial thing was, I think maybe one guy at the line did something right. So I'm going to point him out real quick, and then you just cook for a little bit. So your one guy that did something right is Zach Tom, correct?
Yeah, now, and that's ticky-tacky because Elton Jenkins does a decent job on this play too. Tucker Kraft does a decent job on this play too. And you know what? I can't give A.J. Dillon a minus on this because he had no shot to go absolutely anywhere. So A.J. Dillon, congratulations. You get a positive out of default here because you never got a chance to do anything on this play. But this is supposed to be a hard-nosed run called duo, and they're running duo to the weak side here, which is A.J. Dillon. It's supposed to be a bunch of double teams if you can up to the second level. Minnesota comes out with their defense here. They walk their nickel back up on the line of scrimmage opposite of Christian Watson. They walk another linebacker out here outside of Tucker Kraft. And you'll see the Packers work Jaden Reed across the line of scrimmage to try and give themselves some better numbers and a declaration. So watch what happens after Jaden Reed comes in motion here. Now the Packers are set. This should be very easy. This should be John Runyon and Josh Myers doubling the man who's closest to the football and closest to the ball carrier, and ironically, closest to where the ball carrier is trying to run the football. They should be double teaming him up to that Mike backer, because that's the declaration. Then Zach Tom needs to work on his man with exactly like he does. Christian Watson can give a little presence, but he's got the nickelback off the edge. By the way, before we watch this play, that nickelback right there, Metellus, stands at 5'11", 207 pounds. I know some small gifts coming, or some big gifts come in small packages, but Christian Watson is a much bigger package than that. And then you got Elton Jenkins, Rasheed Walker, and Tucker Kraft 1-for-1 on the outside. Romeo Doubs and Jaden Reed, as they go across there to pick up the most dangerous men, who are the two safeties in the box. Romeo Doubs actually gets to his man. Jaden Reed doesn't. But watch this thing play out, because there are some things when you watch film that I must point out as, you know what's supposed to happen. I honestly don't know which guy stepped the wrong way, John Runyon or Josh Myers. It could be they both stepped the wrong way. I'm not sure, but one or two of them does. And if you look at the very end, I think Zach Tom gives a little hint of who he thinks stepped the wrong way. Right here. Yeah, were you going this way? Why did you come and bump me off my man? What's going on here?
To me, and it looked like the thought process. So again, like you said, they're attacking there. They're attacking through that B gap, it looks like. Myers, it looks like, is just initially trying to release up. Like, he has no thought, and then he trips over Elton Jenkins' foot. So he has no thought of hitting this guy. There's barely a passing glance. Runyon is supposed to take him regardless of what Myers does, but instead he goes there. And that's one of my favorite things on this, John. I don't know, one of my favorite things on this, because Myers on his belly makes me chuckle a little bit, is how Runyon knocks into Tom. You could, like, just a collision right there. That's not supposed to happen. And then even Watson on the outside. Watson looks like he is initially looking like he's blocking down, but then he kind of catches that up over there, and then he gets bullied a little bit, right? Yeah.
Yes. I mean, I can kind of understand Christian Watson wanting to give a little presence in case the end loops out for Zach Tom, and then Zach Tom can replace with him in case there's some sort of a twist there. But definitely too soft there out of Christian Watson. Again, I'm telling you, that nickelback stands at 5'11", 207 pounds. Christian Watson is much larger than that. And just the whole way that the inside moves there, John Runyon bumping into Zach Thomas, he has perfect presence on his man, tells me I think John Runyon went the wrong way, but Josh Myers might have gone the wrong way as well. They should definitely be double teaming that nose up to the Mike backer.
Yeah, like I said, they're supposed to double team. It looks to me very clearly that Myers he's either looking to block there. It looks like he's looking to climb immediately. I mean, whatever happens, he ends up tripping over as he gets shoved out of the way, and it looks very, very bad for him. But he's moving this way to either look there or to immediately climb, leaving that guy just completely unblocked, no matter what he's doing. Like you said, he's going the wrong direction. I don't know what the initial intention is there, but if you end up like that on a play, you didn't do what you're supposed to do. My general assumption.
Fair.
Yeah. John, listen, we could talk about this play all day because it's funny. I do like the one thing. Here's another thing I'll say. Like you said, Tucker Kraft, who has had a bit of a rough start there. Look at him, just holding on. I like seeing that a little bit. Johnny, got anything else on this one? Are you good at this point?
Well, so let's take that. You got 3 third downs in a row, 3 opportunities to convert, 2 3rd-and-1s and a 3rd and 6, and you don't convert any of them. And you got to start to question, what is Jordan Love thinking when he goes out there on 3rd down? Does he think this team has a chance to make it? They come out the very next 3rd down, it's 3rd and 6. You got to drop by Musgrave. That's followed by a 3rd and 22 and a 3rd and 16. And they don't actually get their first down on a 3rd down until 4:16 left in the first half. It's very tough to win a football game when you can't convert 3rd downs. And Matt LaFleur said it. Kirk Cousins was pretty spectacular on 3rd down. The Vikings were over 50% 3rd down conversion, and the Packers were 5 for 14. This is definitely something that has to get cleared up. I guess if I'm going to give you a bright spot, it's that we saw there were some opportunities there. Everybody's got to get on the same page.
Could not agree more. Guys, thank you so much for watching. John, as always, thank you. This was illuminating and a little comical, which I very much appreciate. So thank you so much, and we'll see you guys next week.